What connects radio stations and microwave ovens? They all use radiation from the electromagnetic spectrum. When you're ready to discover more, press the Start button. Visible light can be split into a spectrum of colours, from red through the rainbow to violet. But visible light is just one tiny part of the whole electromagnetic spectrum. All the different types of electromagnetic waves travel at the same speed through a vacuum. The waves can be ordered by wavelength. Remember that waves with shortest wavelengths have the highest frequency and the most energy. Waves with the longest wavelengths have the lowest frequency and the least energy. OK, we're going to go through the spectrum in wavelength order. Along the way, we'll see what each type of radiation is used for. First up, at the very shortest wavelengths, we've got gamma radiation. Gamma radiation can't be seen or felt. It mostly passes through skin and soft tissue, but some of it is absorbed by cells. Gamma waves have a very high frequency. So, do we use gamma radiation for anything? Well, the answer is yes, we do. We use gamma radiation to sterilize surgical instruments and to kill harmful bacteria in food. Used in the right way, gamma radiation can target and kill cancer cells. But in general, exposure to gamma radiation is dangerous, as it can make cells cancerous. Next up on our electromagnetic spectrum catwalk are X-rays. X-rays have a longer wavelength than gamma radiation. Like gamma rays, they can't be seen or felt. X-rays mostly pass through skin and soft tissue, but they don't easily pass through bone or metal. This makes them suitable for medical imaging and for checking metal components and welds for cracks or other damage. And next, we have ultraviolet radiation. Ultraviolet radiation is found naturally in sunlight. We can't see or feel it, but our skin responds to it by turning darker. Ultraviolet radiation is used in sunbeds, security pens, and in fluorescent lights. Coatings inside the tube or bulb absorb the ultraviolet light and re-emit it as visible light. And now the one we've all been waiting for, put on your dark glasses, it's visible light. All the light that we can see fits in here. To remember the colours, in order of wavelength, think of a rainbow. Violet has the shortest and red the longest wavelengths in the visible spectrum. If we keep stretching the wavelength of visible red light, we get to infrared. Once again, we're back to invisible radiation. Infrared is absorbed by the skin, and we feel it as heat. It's used in heaters, toasters and grills. It's also used for television remote controls and in optical fibre communications. Coming next on our catwalk are microwaves. Microwave radiation has even longer wavelengths. Water in food can absorb microwave radiation, which is how food heats up in a microwave oven. Microwave radiation is also used to transmit mobile phone signals. Microwave transmitters and receivers on buildings and masts communicate with the mobile telephones in their range. And finally, radio waves. Last, longest and least, in terms of frequency that is. Radio waves have the longest wavelengths of all, which means they have the lowest frequencies too. They're used to transmit television and radio programs. Some wavelengths of radio waves are diffracted by the ground, which means they can be received behind hills. And some radio transmissions can be reflected off a layer of the atmosphere called the ionosphere. This means radio signals can be sent around the world without using satellites. So we've been through the list, but can you put them in order? Drag the boxes to put the spectrum in order with the shortest wavelengths at the top.